Okay, so I'm going to show everybody how to weed the printed HTV and how to apply it to a shirt. So I'm going to start by catching the edge of the vinyl, if I can, because you know, it never works right when you're trying to do something. And I am going to literally weed out what I don't want. And you'll notice I've put what's called a cut box around it so that it makes a much easier and cleaner weeding process. And then I'm not going to do them all in the video, but I'm going to show you that I have all these little pieces, and I'm going to pull all of these out also. Like that. I'm going to move on to another tree. There's going to be 3 trees in my design, so I'll weed each individual one. You don't have to be gentle with it if it's cut well. And you can tell I'm filling to find my design so that I can figure out where to weed. And I just peel. And you'll notice that it came up a little bit. You can just press it right back down. Now, I'm going to use my scissors. And I'm going to cut along the edges to get a nice clean cut. Like this. I'm going to weed this little extra piece off that's here because I don't want that in my design. And then I'm going to take this, which is considered a transfer sheet. It's a mask. I'm going to peel the paper off the back of it. It's reusable, so the paper is important. You'll want to put it back on. I'm going to peel the paper off the back. I'm going to lay my mask over the top. And I'm going to use my scissors to make sure that my design is stuck to that transfer piece. Now I have a clear sheet stuck to my transfer, and I'm going to lift that, and I'm going to peel. And now my design, and if it doesn't peel, don't panic, just rub. Now my design will come off, just like that. So I have that. I'm going to put this, because I'm making more than one, on top of my piece of paper so that it doesn't get dirty and it stays nice and clean. Then I'm going to do my next one the same way. You can usually do it with your fingernails, but of course I don't have any right now. Peel that. I'm going to use a separate sheet because I'm going to place them all individually. Peel the paper off the back. Lay it down on top of the tree. Again, you can use a squeegee, but my scissors work just fine. Make sure it's all nice and stuck. Peel the plastic. Like this. Now I'm going to show you something. I noticed that I didn't weed my little spaces. That's okay. Don't panic. You can literally do what's called a reverse weed, and you can get those pieces out of your design, even if it's already stuck to your backing. Okay, so I have weeded, transferred to this. I'm going to basically now take all of this over to my heat press. I'm going to determine where I want to put my trees on my shirt. So I kind of do this number where I lay them over the top of each other just so I can kind of look at them and you can kind of see through, so it helps you figure out your placement. Then I'm going to gather all of this up and I'm going to take it to the heat press, and I'll show you at the heat press how you apply them. So rule of thumb is you want to take your shirt by the armpits, find the edge of each armpit, and you want to lay it on your heat press. My heat press is set to 305. That's what that's the right setting for Caesar. You're going to close it just for a second. It's going to give you a crease. So you'll see that there's a crease in the middle of the shirt. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the shirt the opposite direction, so going up and down. I'm going to fold it, get my arms all nice and straight, lay it on here, and get a crease going up and down. My reason for that is just so I have the center of my shirt. So now I'm going to lay my shirt on here. I always lay my shirt with the collar off. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's a perfect X on my shirt or cross on my shirt. I'm going to take my two that I want to put on here first, and I'm going to put them where I think they need to go. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to start with this one. I'm trying to decide how I want to put this. You want to be 3 fingers from the top of your shirt. So that's where I want it. I'm going to put my green one on one side, and I'm going to put my red one on the other side. This is not how I'm going to heat press it. This is just me getting my placement right. And then I'm going to slide. I'm just going to slide these two off. So I know that's where I want my red one. So I'm going to lift and just eyeball it. It's okay. It's not going to work very well for me today. And then I'm going to put it on here. Now what's nice is because you have a straight line, you can see if you've got your tree pretty much even. So I have that tree there. And I'm going to go ahead and lay my other tree. And what's important, I think I'm going to lay my other tree. We're going to see. Is I don't want this piece of the plastic to go under the tree. So if it looks like it's going to, oh, and it's not, yay, I wouldn't be able to do it. So if you want to bring the thing over here and see, or if you can see it, I have an overlap of the plastic right here, but there's not any of this plastic underneath either tree. That's how you know you're going to get a successful press. And then I'm going to close it and press it. I'm only going to press it for a couple of seconds. And then I tell people all the time, you just rip it off like a Band-Aid. It peels right off. You don't have to be gentle with it. If it's been pressed long enough, I'm going to put the white sheet or the clear sheets off to the side because I'll put the white sheets back on the back of them, and then I'm going to put my other one on top. And this one, I'm going to lay right in the center. And I want it to be just a little bit higher than my other ones, so I'm going to do it just like this. I want it to be a little lower, not higher. See, changing my mind. I'm going to do it just like that, and I can still see my line, so I'm using that to make sure that my star is lined up. And then I'm going to press. And this time I can let it press for the whole 10 seconds or 5 seconds. I'm going to take it off. And I'm going to press it one more time just to make sure that everything's nice and sealed. And I never let my machine beep. And then my shirt is done. And that's how you do printed vinyl.